Okay, so want to welcome you guys to the stream. Today we're going to be talking about Reaktor, and we're going to be diving into creating a deep bass in Reaktor's modular system. So when you open up Reaktor, you're going to be greeted with the main page, and you're going to have several different options here. So if you're new here, welcome to the live stream. I'm Danny Xander, and today's session we're going to be deep diving into creating a powerful bass sound using Reaktor's modular system. And when you dive in, you're going to see three different options. One is the play section, one is the patch section, and lastly, you have the build section. Today we're going to be diving into the build section, and we're going to be building out our modular components. So before we start, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any live sound design tips. And let's jump right in. So today I'll show you how to use Reaktor to design a deep bass. And so it's going to be a punchy deep bass, perfect for any track. And any track that needs a solid foundation, this is going to be good for. So we'll be using modular patches to create this massive low end sound. And think about basses that are like thumpy and hit your chest. Those are the kind of basses we're looking to design today. So for this sound, we'll focus on using an oscillator, a filter, and modulation to get that really growly, heavy subby bass. So let's break it down. So we're going to start off with the oscillator, and we're going to bring that in from the player section. We'll bring in an oscillator. Okay. We will bring in an oscillator, and once we're done that, the next thing we'll do, we're going to use a saw wave as our primary waveform. So once we got that saw wave, we're gonna use this to make it harmonically rich, and it's gonna help our sound cut through the mix. So we want to make sure we're focusing on that low end, and we're gonna pitch it down a little bit, slightly. So this is gonna help us really get those sub frequencies. We don't need it too high, so we can feel it basically. I'm gonna dial in and grab a filter. Next thing we're gonna need is a filter, and we're also gonna need a note in to modulate to give us a note in from our MIDI keyboard. So let me just stop that from playing. So let's there we go. There should be no sound coming out. So now we're going to connect our pitch, connect our filter, and connect our filter up to our ports. So we're getting that low pitch sound. And that's pretty cool. So now we're going to dial in our low pass filter out some of the high notes. Subby oscillator sound, and now we can dial in our cutoff to around 100 hertz. want a little bit of distortion. Actually, we'll do about, let's say, 200 around there. So once we got that, we want to add some movement to our bass, and that'll be through the use of an LFO. So we're going to add an LFO, add some movement, and that's going to be connected in there. And we're going to use it as a mod source for our oscillator. So you can do that to the waveform. Get it to move a little bit. So you can see it's having an effect on the shape and the tone of the sound. And now we're going to actually bring in an amplitude envelope so we can control our pitches, because right now it's just playing free, and we want to be able to have some control over our oscillator, over our actual modular synthesizer. So let's bring that in here, and we will turn up the amp. So there we have it. We now have control over our sound. Getting some really low bass notes, thumpy sounds. So we're getting pretty close to the sound we want to hear, dialing in that thumpy sound. So now I can add in a second sub oscillator, this time using a sine wave and connecting that up. So let's do that quickly. And before I do that, I'm going to rename my ADSR to my amp ADSR, because that's what it's being used for. And then I'm going to So I'm going to add in that second oscillator. It's going to look something like that. So we're going to need another module just so we can combine these together. Going to move everything over, and we're going to add in that second. We're going to blend in that second oscillator, and going to blend them together. So we're going to send the signal through here and into our filter. So we got one oscillator going. We're going to turn the second one up. Okay, let's name our oscillators quickly so we don't get confused as to which is which. So we're actually gonna, yeah, that's correct. Okay. So we got them in the correct order. We've added in a mix, and now we've got both of them. Let's just turn on our second oscillator. Can let you hear it solo. Turn on, add in our first oscillator. Turn up the envelope. So let's play it back. You can speed it up. So you can hear we created that deep, powerful bass using Reaktor's modular system. As you can see, it's a result of combining the oscillators, the filters, the modulation, envelopes, and getting the sound just dialed in just right. So if you enjoyed this, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment, leave a comment. And for more sound design tutorials in the future, uh, and also, don't forget to check out my course on sound design, where I do dive deeper into these techniques and more. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next stream.